Welcome to the Reiki Level 1 training, the Divine Light Healing System. In this journey, we will awaken the healer within you. Reiki is not just a technique, it is a way of being. It invites us into a life of peace, purpose, and power. As you move through each module, know this is more than a course. It's a return to your divine self. You will learn how to care for your energy, restore balance in your life, and channel love through your hands. This is the beginning of your sacred journey as a Reiki practitioner. Helpful tip: there's helpful information inside of the book that is not in the PowerPoint. So you have to use both the book and the PowerPoint together in order to ensure that you get the information you need, as well as so that you can actually pass the course. Upon completion, you will be receiving a Reiki Level 1 certification. Just a little bit about me. My name is Melanie Brooks, and I have a goal of helping others to heal themselves. So if you are wanting to heal yourself, you're in the right place. Please feel free to take notes in your book or on notebook paper. Also, feel free to pause the video at any moment if you want to take a look at the PowerPoint. Next, we're going to go ahead and complete a meditation before we get started. This meditation is titled Healing the Healer. If you're hearing this Reiki training, then more than likely you are one of the types that takes care of others. Well, it's time for you to take care of yourself. Press pause and complete the attached meditation. Module 1. Reiki is a sacred energy that flows through all of life. It connects us to the universal life force that creates and sustains everything. Think of it like Wi-Fi from the universe. Always on, always available. When you're attuned to Reiki, you become a conscious channel of this energy. It will always meet the person exactly where they are emotionally, physically, and spiritually. You don't have to believe in Reiki for it to work. It doesn't require your belief. It simply requires your openness and intention. Reiki supports your body's natural healing intelligence, bringing peace, clarity, and alignment. Please pause the video to go ahead and give yourself a chance to read over Module 1 in the book, as well as read over the PowerPoint slide, because next I have a surprise. If you guess that right, you get 5 extra points. No, just kidding. But pop quiz. Alright, so your first question: what does Reiki mean? Reiki means universal life force energy. Next question: is Reiki a religion? No, it's not a religion. It actually complements all belief systems. Can Reiki energy run out? No, it is infinite and self-sustaining. What does Reiki require to be effective? Intention and openness. Who can practice Reiki? Anyone who receives an attunement. And we'll go through what an attunement is a little bit later in the course. Alright, guys, so we have Module 1 wrapped up there. This quiz was fairly easy. All the answers were pretty straightforward from the book. So I hope that you were able to keep up. And remember, you can always replay this portion of the course if you need to. If you have any questions about Module 1, please feel free to email me. Module 2, The History of Reiki. Reiki began with a man named Dr. Mikao Usui, who was deeply spiritual and scholarly. After fasting and meditating on Mount Kurama, he experienced a profound awakening and received the healing energy we now know as Reiki. He dedicated his life to helping others, especially after a devastating earthquake in Tokyo in 1923. Reiki was then passed to Dr. Hayashi and later to Hawayo Takada, a woman from Hawaii who helped spread Reiki throughout the Western world. This lineage connects us to a global community of healers. Every time you practice Reiki, you are a part of this legacy. Since I personally am not a medical professional, I will not make any suggestions to you, but I will tell you that for me personally, fasting has been a very prominent part of my healing journey. Had I not fasted, I don't know if I would have been able to fully heal myself. Fasting not only has helped me to heal myself, but also activate my spiritual gifts. So I'm just going to put that out there. Fasting has been an important component for my healing journey. Alright, so I want you to go ahead and press pause. Please take the time to read over Module 2 in the book. Keep in mind the information in the book is very different from the PowerPoint. PowerPoint is short and sweet. The book is a little bit more detailed, okay? So take your time and then come back, and you know I got a surprise waiting for you. Alright, so you guys definitely catch on very quick. If you got that right, yes, pop quiz. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and group the questions together. The first question is, who founded the Reiki system? The second question is, what inspired Usui's discovery? The third question is, who brought Reiki to the Western world? The fourth question is, what does an attunement do? And question 5 is, when was Reiki founded? Alright, so let's go over the answers. So, who founded the Reiki system? Dr. Mikao Usui. What inspired Usui's discovery? A 21-day fast and meditation retreat. So he fasted for 21 days. I'm not suggesting that. That's how long he fasted. The longest I've gone, it's been a 5-day water fast. And I've done Daniel fasts for longer than that. But yeah. Question 3. Who brought Reiki to the Western world? Hawayo Takada. Question 4. What does an attunement do? It opens your energy channels to Reiki. And question 5. When was Reiki founded? It was founded in the early 1900s. So that wraps up Module 2. I hope that you enjoyed learning a little bit more about Reiki. I split up these modules into 10 different modules so that you can take breaks. I made each one short and sweet, but the book is definitely loaded with more information, and also, as I know you should have noticed, the questions and the answers pretty much came from the book. So you need to keep that book handy with you while you're completing the modules in order to be successful. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and move on to, you guessed it, Module 3. Alright, so Module 3, Chakras and Energy Body. So chakras are energy centers in the body that govern different aspects of our physical, emotional, and spiritual health. So when your chakras are balanced, energy flows freely and you feel vibrant, focused, and in tune. When your chakras are blocked, we can experience symptoms like fatigue, anxiety, or even physical pain. Reiki naturally moves through these centers, helping to restore balance and vitality. As you learn to recognize chakra imbalances, you will gain deeper insight into your body and emotions. Each chakra also corresponds with a color and frequency that resonates with our energetic field. From personal experience, one of the main things I had to heal with myself was my throat chakra. And something that is evident when you have a chakra that needs to be aligned is illnesses, right? So since I was a child, I'm assuming I was a child, I was diagnosed at 19. But I did have symptoms throughout high school where now looking back, I'm like, okay, I had this all along, but it was never caught. So when I was 19 years old, I was diagnosed with hypothyroidism, which means my thyroid was almost non-existent. It was not working. The doctor prescribed me one of the highest doses that they had ever prescribed someone. And the doctor was pretty astonished that a 19-year-old needed that level of thyroid medication. And this is something that followed me into adulthood until I found Reiki. And believe it or not, my doctor with the PhD, my doctor is phenomenal. Instead of going in for a regular exam, she actually has an office with a soft chair, a blanket. It's very comfortable. It feels like a therapist's office. And so she asks you questions about your childhood. She asks you questions about, she does the typical mom side of the family, dad side of the family questionnaire, who had heart disease, who had this, and then she takes it deeper. So she asked me about being able to vocalize my opinion as a child. She asked me she asked me a lot of deep questions. And so she actually ended up recommending me to see a Reiki practitioner. At that time, I had not began my spiritual journey just quite yet, not to this point. So I was a little bit hesitant, but when Reiki represented itself for me to take the Reiki class, I said, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get certified and I'm going to heal myself. All right, guys, so go ahead and press pause so that you can read over Module 3 in the book, and we can go ahead to the next step. Pop quiz. Yay. All right, so question number 1. How many major chakras are there? Question number 2. Which chakra is related to love and relationships? Question 3. What happens when a chakra is blocked? Question 4. Which chakra is your source of confidence and personal power? Question 5. What color is associated with the root chakra? Alright, so let's go over the answers. How many major chakras are there? There are 7. Which chakra is related to love and relationships? It's the heart chakra. I just want to add, if you struggle to find love, you struggle with relationships, you struggle with things of that sort, definitely, look at getting your heart chakra aligned. What happens when a chakra is blocked? The energy becomes stagnant, causing imbalance. So, which chakra is your source of confidence and personal power? That is your solar plexus chakra. So if you lack confidence, you do not believe in yourself, you do not think you're worthy, you don't look in the mirror and see yourself as confident and powerful, you definitely need to align your solar plexus chakra. And then what color is associated with the root chakra? The answer is red. Alright guys, so we are on module number 4. How Reiki heals. So every emotion, every thought, and every experience has energy. When emotions aren't processed or released, they can settle in the body and cause discomfort or illness, such as a dis-ease or disease. Reiki gently flows to these areas, helping to dissolve blockages and return your system to its natural state of ease. It works beyond logic and time, offering relief from issues you may not even be consciously aware of. Reiki often leads to emotional release, which is just as healing as a physical release. And honestly, I love emotional releases. They are very healing for me and very comforting. So I definitely want you to go ahead and take a moment and check out the book, because majority of your information is going to come from the book. And then come on back here because you know what's next. So the first question is, what does pain usually signal to the energy body? Question 2, can Reiki heal emotional trauma? Question 3, does Reiki replace medical care? Question 4, what is one purpose of Reiki healing? And question 5, what kind of balance does Reiki restore? Question number 1, what does pain usually signal in the energy body? It signals an energy blockage. 2, can Reiki heal emotional trauma? Yes, by addressing the energetic root. So earlier, if you were paying attention to a previous module, I talked about my throat chakra being blocked, and it presented itself in hypothyroidism. Okay, you might have someone who suffers from heart disease, or you have a grandparent that died from heart disease. Think about their temperament. Think about if they were the most loving relative that you've had, or were they a little bit cold-hearted? Okay, not to trigger anyone. I know this is a very sensitive subject, but we have to realize that our our bodies are a lot more alive than we think they are. And if we can work on healing our bodies now, we won't have to suffer a lot of illnesses and diseases that our loved ones may have suffered. Um, the next question, does Reiki replace medical care? No, it does not. It complements medical treatment. If you paid attention to the book, you would see that Reiki is used in over 800 different hospitals. If Reiki was this woo-woo thing, it definitely would not be incorporated into hospitals, okay? So there's definitely a method to its madness. I'm going to say that. So Reiki definitely does its thing. In no way should you present yourself as a medical professional. You simply complement medical treatment, okay? And what is one purpose of Reiki healing? To restore balance and harmony, okay? And question 5, what kind of balance does Reiki restore? It restores the mind, body, and spirit balance, okay? So I hope you really enjoyed this module. Definitely dive into the book for additional information in regards to Module 4. And we're going to head on over to Module number 5. Alright guys, so Module number 5, Channeling Reiki Energy. So Reiki is a divine frequency that flows through your crown chakra, down through your heart, and out through your hands. Once attuned, you can activate Reiki by simply thinking of it, setting an intention, or drawing a symbol. Every healer experiences Reiki differently. Some feel warmth, others feel tingling or pulsing. Me personally, I do get hot hands, so my hands feel warm. I also feel a pulsing sensation when I'm performing Reiki. Some feel nothing at all, but notice the results afterwards. So Reiki always flows where it's needed the most. Trust in the unseen intelligence of this energy. You are not doing the healing. You are not doing the healing. You are simply the vessel, okay? So the more you trust and surrender, the stronger the flow becomes. When I originally got my certification, it took I would say at least 2 to 3 weeks before I developed the pulsing sensation, and then I literally felt warmth in my hands by month 2. Okay, so it's something that literally it builds upon itself, and it seems to get stronger and stronger on my end. But I've talked to other people who've completed courses, and everyone, it's different. It's just like if some people get headaches in the front, back, side, or whatever, each person it flows differently. And I want you to know there's no right or wrong way to perform Reiki. You want to go with your intuition. So I'm going to be teaching you the basics, but you're going to take the basics and you're going to make this your own, okay? When I perform Reiki, I envision the colors that I envision are a golden and blue light flowing through my crown chakra and filling my body, healing and restoring each channel of energy throughout my body, healing and restoring each one of my chakras. I envision my chakras spinning at full intensity. And while I'm performing Reiki, I also can see which one of my chakras are not moving or very sluggish. So this is something that will take time, but I know for sure I felt it before I could see it. And when I say I see it in my third eye. I see it within me, okay? So I can literally feel which parts of my body are unaligned. I get warmth there. So as I'm doing Reiki on myself, as a Reiki practitioner, you should be doing Reiki on yourself every single day, multiple times a day if you're around crowds, okay? Multiple times a day if you're around a lot of low frequency individuals, okay? I also do Reiki not only on myself every day, but I do Reiki on my home environment every single day. It is a necessary component for myself, and I feel that for every practitioner, it should be a necessary component as well. I also do Reiki on my family every single day, including my pet. Okay, so you want to make sure that everyone around you keeps high frequencies. You don't want to allow any low frequencies to come in and attach themselves to anyone in your environment or to your environment. Okay, so now what you envision, some people envision a, purple light, some people envision a blue, whatever you envision as you're doing Reiki, that is, what you go with. But me personally, that's just what I envision. And I'm going to be showing you guys the different hand placements as well. But I want you to take those hand placements and kind of use your intention as well. Because you're going to focus on your chakras. But if you feel led to do Reiki on a specific part of the body, then you do that. Do not ignore your intuition. Allow your intuition to guide you as you are performing Reiki on yourself or others, okay? All right, so I'm going to go ahead and go into the questions next. So go ahead and prepare for the pop quiz. I hope that you guys are really going over the book. It is a very important component in completing this Reiki certification. So definitely take a moment, pause the video, and go over the book. All right, guys, see you in a bit. Alrighty, so let's go over the pop quiz. So, question number 1, how is Reiki activated? Question 2, where does Reiki enter and exit the body? Question 3, can you control where Reiki goes? Question 4, is it normal for everyone to feel Reiki the same way? Question 5, what is the best way to let Reiki flow? Alright, so let's go over the questions. So, question number 1, how is Reiki activated? Through thought, intention, or symbol? Question number 2, where does Reiki enter and exit the body? So, Reiki enters through the crown and flows through the hands, but I want to go a little bit deeper with this part. So, when I channel Reiki, I envision Reiki flowing through the top of my head, through my body, and all the way down into the core of the earth, and up through the core of the earth, through my feet, all the way back up through my head, and I envision a waterfall of energy flowing through the top of my head. So I'm an open channel at the top and the bottom. I then channel Reiki from my right hand into my left hand. Okay? So that's a little bit more complex, but that's the way I channel Reiki, and that's the way I envision it flowing through my body. But your answer is, it enters through the crown and flows through the hands. Question number 3. Can you control where Reiki goes? No, it flows where it's needed. But if you do feel drawn to a particular area of the body, I definitely want you to trust your intuition. Okay? Question 4. Is it normal for everyone to feel Reiki the same way? No, not at all. Every person experiences it differently, okay? And question 5, what is the best way to let Reiki flow? With trust, openness, and surrender, okay? So you want to surrender to the Reiki flow. You want to allow it to do its thing. Remember, you are not doing the healing. You are simply the vessel, allowing Reiki energy to flow through you. All right, so let's go ahead and wrap up module 5. I hope that you guys enjoyed that module. And next we're going to module 6. All right, guys, so we're going into module number 6, self-healing with Reiki. So I want to let you guys know that this module is very important to me because it's very important that we heal ourselves. It's very important to me that we heal generational trauma. It's very important to me that we do the work in healing ourselves so that we can then raise the frequency of not only ourselves, but of our families, of our homes, of our communities. And the ripple effect of that is us raising the frequency of the world. Okay? So we are superheroes. We are pioneers. We're doing the work that needs to be done in order to help the environment that we live in. And by you healing yourself, you are healing your children. By you healing yourself, you are healing your family. By you healing yourself, you are healing Mother Earth. Okay, so I hope you understand that. Self Reiki is a very sacred ritual. It's your opportunity to care for yourself the way you care for others. Alright guys, so right here I'm going to be inserting a video of me doing Reiki on myself. Keep in mind that these are my intuitively led hand positions that I do for myself and for my healing. targeting the areas that I know I need a little bit more healing in, and also the areas where my hands lead me to go. Okay. Again, this is just a tool. You're going to allow your hands to flow where they are needed the most, but making sure that you pay attention to those chakra areas. Alright, so in this video, what I'm doing is I am channeling Reiki through my right hand and into my left hand. I am declaring that all negative energy, negative attachments, negative thoughts, negative entities, and all illnesses, known, unknown, be removed from my body. I am going to my chakra area. So I did my crown chakra, I did my third eye, but I also do additional areas of my body. I cover literally my whole head pretty much. And I envision Reiki energy going through my right hand into my left. Now, in addition to that, I literally go way slower than this. A full body Reiki session for me takes anywhere between 25 and 35 minutes every day. So I can't tell you exactly how much time I spend on each area, because each area I do switch it up based upon how warm the area feels that day and how much work I feel needs to be done on the area. You have to understand we are experiencing negative energies, negative thoughts. All these things come to us daily from others, just all sorts of ways. So now, after I do that, I literally go to each of my chakras and I pull all the negative energy out. Okay? I pull out anything that does not belong. So I might say something like, I remove all negative energy from my body. I remove all cancerous cells, all cells that do not belong in my body, restoring my DNA and leaving my body fully healed, protected, and brand new. So, as you can see here, I'm pulling out all negative energy. Once I pull the energy out, what I do is I rub my fingers together, I snap, and then once I finish, like my head, I usually blow my hands clean. So I do the top of my head, I do my ears, I do my third eye, which top of your head is your crown chakra. I do my eyes, I do my nose, I do all openings to my body. So my nose, I do my mouth, I do my throat chakra, and then I will literally continue to say, may all things that do not belong, all attachments that do not belong, be removed from my body at this time. All energies that do not serve my greater good uh, disappear and be dissolved at this time. Now, this is my favorite part. Every single day when I do Reiki on myself, I give myself a hug, a Reiki hug, and I tell myself how much I love myself, how proud I am of myself. I speak to my inner child and tell her how proud of her I am of her. My teenage self, the different adult selves of me. And then I go through my arms and I pull out all negative energy that may be attached to my body, attached to me in any type of way. So I'll keep going until I feel that the upper area of my body is lighter and feels restored. I'll blow my hands clean and then I'll move on to my heart chakra. Now, my heart chakra is a very special part. of our bodies. I like to spend extra time here because if you were to ask me what is my religion is love. As long as I'm showing love to others, as long as I'm showing love to myself, I'm all good with me. Being in the heart space of forgiving, leading with my heart and not my head. Um, yeah, and then so after my heart is my solar plexus. So you'll put your hand over your stomach, connecting your heart and your solar plexus, which is your power center. So reminding yourself that you are powerful, you're strong. Notice, I don't know if you missed it, but I did pull negative energy out of my heart chakra, also pulling all negative energy out of my solar plexus, any energy that tries to make me feel that I'm not powerful, I'm not strong, I call that to be removed. So the next place I place my hand is over my solar plexus and my sacral chakra, which is your like pelvic area. You want to pull all negative energy from the area as well. Then next, what I would do is the area right on your where your I'm trying to say I cannot describe this. It's where your legs and your pelvic area meet. So it's right there in those two crevices on the sides. You want to get the area that connects to your root chakra, and then I go underneath my bottom for my root chakra. And then once I do that area, I would also pull all negative energy from there as well. So next, I will place both hands on my lap, channel Reiki energy from my right hand to my left hand, and then I would begin removing all lingering and dwelling energy from my body and pull it out through the bottom of my feet. So I will do that as many times as I felt led to do so. In this video, I'm only doing it twice. But again, when I do it on myself, I take my time with it. I definitely take my time. So I hope that you guys were able to learn how I perform Reiki on myself, and you can take this and you can make it your own. All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Bye bye. And we're going to practice on ourselves. So I want you to begin by taking a few deep breaths. I want you to place your hands gently on or near your body, resting them on your heart, your solar plexus, or any area calling for attention. I'm going to place my right hand on my heart and my left hand on my solar plexus. I want you to stay present with each hand position for a few minutes. With regular practice, you'll notice improved sleep, reduced anxiety, and enhanced intuition. You are filling your cup so that you can pour into others. This is your energetic hygiene, your self-love in action. I perform Reiki on myself every day, just as I would shower every day, brush my teeth every day. Reiki needs to be a regular part of your process. And I'll tell you why. You can learn from me. The moment I stopped doing Reiki on myself every single day, I noticed a lot of those negative symptoms that I've gotten rid of start to return. When I perform Reiki on myself, I feel like a bliss sensation. It feels so beautiful. It feels amazing. And I can always feel the areas that need Reiki the most. I can't quite describe that feeling because it's going to feel different for everyone. But as you're performing Reiki on yourself and on your different chakra centers, you'll feel some areas you feel intuitively led to stay there and linger longer than you do others. In some areas, you might feel led to move on quickly. And in some areas, you feel led to linger for an extended amount of time. Trust your intuition, okay? Trust your intuition. Sometimes we have things going on in our bodies that we don't know, okay? So if you feel led to stay in a specific area, please stay there. Trust your body, trust your intuition, and trust the Reiki flow, okay? So I want you to go ahead and press pause, read up, and then come on back for your pop quiz. Pop quiz. Question number 1. Why is self-Reiki important? Question 2. How long should you hold each position? Question 3. Which chakra does your heart center relate to? Question 3. Can you practice Reiki without touching your body? Question 5. What is the first step before a self-Reiki session? Alright guys, so let's go over the answers. Question 1. Why is self-Reiki important? Answer, it helps maintain your own balance and energy. Question number 2. How long should you hold each position? Answer, about 3 to 5 minutes per position. Question 3. Which chakra does your heart center relate to? The heart chakra. Question 4. Can you practice Reiki without touching your body? Answer, yes, of course. You can hover your hands over your body. You don't have to physically touch your body. Question 5. What is the first step before a self-Reiki session? So you want to center yourself, center your breath, and center your intention. Alright guys, so Module 7, the bubble up technique. Alright, so this technique is very important. It is very, very important, okay? Now, if you're the type of person that when you go into public places you feel drained, this is your bread and butter right here, okay? You must use this technique. So, as a healer, your energy is precious. The bubble up technique helps you to protect your aura and stay grounded. So you're going to imagine a shimmering orb of white or golden light forming around your entire body. This energetic bubble shields you from negativity and prevents empathic overload. You want to use this visualization before entering crowded spaces or offering Reiki. Please do not offer Reiki to anyone without bubbling up first. This isn't about fear, it's about frequency. So what I do is when I bubble up, first of all, once you do Reiki on yourself, you want to always close out those Reiki channels. So if you perform Reiki from the top and the bottom or just the top channel, you want to close off those channels and see a zipping that up. Okay. Now, after you zip off your top and bottom or just your top, then you want to visualize that bubble around you. You're going to set your intention that only high frequencies can exist within this bubble. And if any low frequencies or negative energies are sent your way, they simply bounce off of the bubble. Okay? So it won't allow in any negative energy. So that's why it's important for you to perform Reiki on yourself every day. Because as you move throughout the day in crowded spaces, going to work, interacting with anyone, you're going to be around different frequencies. So it's very important that you protect your frequency by bubbling up. Now, I personally, I bubble up myself. I bubble up my dog. I bubble up my family when I perform Reiki on them. You can bubble up your car. You can even bubble up your home. It's important that you maintain a high frequency environment, and you must think or say aloud, whichever one, set the intention that only high frequencies can exist within this bubble. And you expel all low frequencies and let those frequencies know that they may not enter your bubble. Set the intention that all low frequencies will bounce off of your bubble. Okay? Do not allow any low frequencies to be around you, your pets, your children, your family. You are protected. Visualize that protection. Okay? Before we go into the pop quiz, remember to press pause and read the book. Alright, so now let's go into the pop quiz. Question number 1. What is the purpose of the bubble up method? Question 2. Is it fear-based or frequency-based? Question 3. What happens if your bubble is down? Question 4. When should you use this technique? Question 5. Can children learn to bubble up? Alright, so let's go over the answers. So question 1. What is the purpose of the bubble up method? It is to protect and preserve your energy field. Question 2. Is it fear-based or frequency-based? It is frequency-based, guys. We don't operate on fear over here. I don't even believe in fear. Fear does not exist. If I ever feel afraid of something, I push myself to do it anyways. Because fear is fake. It is false evidence appearing real. That is my belief. I'm not projecting it onto you. You can choose to believe in fear, but fear is very low vibrational. Fear is very low in the frequency chart. So I choose not only to not allow myself to be afraid, I don't believe that fear exists. That's my belief. I do not watch scary movies anymore. I do not allow fear to exist within my reality. Okay? Question number 3. What happens if your bubble is down? You feel drained, anxious, or even overwhelmed. Prior to me discovering Reiki, I would get overwhelmed, overstimulated, and feel very drained. And also, if I was in large crowds, large environments, I would feel this way as well. I had to learn to bubble up. Question 4. When should you use this technique? You should use this technique before healing sessions, before entering crowded or intense spaces, and me, I use it every day. Question 5. Can children learn to bubble up? Most definitely, yes, absolutely. It's simple and effective. One of my children actually learned how to do Reiki at the age of 6 years old. So, Reiki is not something that's only for adults. Reiki is also for children. If we can teach our children how to heal themselves, then we won't have so many broken adults. Let's do the work to form a more healed society. Alright guys, so that wraps up Module 7. I will see you guys over in Module 8. Module number 8. Practicing Reiki on others. So, when you offer Reiki to others, you step into a sacred service. Always ask for permission and create a safe, respectful environment. You want to start with a brief centering breath. Then use the standard hand positions. And keep in mind to always follow your intuition. So, guys, you're not a robot. If your hands lead you to a particular area of your body or someone else's body, then let your hands guide you. Let your intention guide you. The standard hand positions are simply there as a tool, and you go from there. You do your thing from there. Allow Reiki to guide you. It's not your job to fix someone, but it is your role to hold a loving space for healing to occur. Okay? Reiki knows what each soul needs. Offer it with compassion and non-attachment. Wash your hands. This is important. Wash your hands before every Reiki session and after every Reiki session to clear any residual energy. This is so important, guys, okay? So make sure you are cleansing your hands before and after you're working with different bodies. All right, so go ahead and press pause, read over the book, and come on back for a pop quiz. So question number 1, should you ask before giving Reiki? Question 2, what should you do before and after a session? Question number 3, can Reiki be done without touch? Question number 4, who controls where the Reiki goes? And question 5, what is your role as a Reiki practitioner? Alright, let's review those answers. So question 1, should you ask before giving Reiki? Why, of course, yes. Always ask for permission. Question 2, what should you do before and after a session? Always wash your hands to clear energy. This could even be your own energy, okay? You're human. You don't want your energy to pass on to one of your clients, okay? Even if it's your first client of the day, always wash your hands. Question 3, can Reiki be done without touch? Why, yes. You can hover your hands. You don't have to touch anyone. You don't even have to touch your own body. Question 4, who controls where the Reiki goes? Answer, the energy itself. It goes where it is needed. Question 5, what is your role as a practitioner? Your role is to hold a space and let Reiki do the work, okay? Alright guys, so that wraps up module number 8. I'll see you guys in module 9. And guys, we're almost done here, okay? So if you made it this far, stick on out with me, okay? We're almost done. Alright, so module number 9 is next. Module number 9, the Shoku-rei symbol. So the Shoku-rei is your energetic power button. This symbol intensifies the flow of Reiki and can be used for clearing, grounding, or boosting protection. The clockwise spiral increases energy, while the counterclockwise clears stuck energy. So draw it in the palms of your hands, you can draw it over chakras, or you can visualize it in your mind's eye. So oftentimes I will draw it in my hands. I might also draw it in the air as I am going into a Reiki session, but typically I'll draw it in both hands, going both ways to both amplify the energy and clear blockages. So when you work with symbols, you're entering the next layer of energetic mastery. So let this be playful, sacred, and intuitive. Use them as you see fit. Starting out, I didn't use the symbols, but as I proceeded forward, I got more comfortable with Reiki. Just being honest, I think honesty is key. I got more comfortable with Reiki, and I realized how much using the symbols amplified and really helped me to clear those blockages that I really needed to clear. All right, so go ahead and check out the book so that you can see both symbols at work. And then we're going to go into the quiz, like always. And then after this, we'll just have one module left. Whew, almost there, guys. All right, so question number 1. What does Shoku Rei mean? Question 2. What does the clockwise version do? Question number 3. What does the counterclockwise version do? Question number 4. Where can you use the symbol? And question number 5. What kind of tool is Shoku Rei? All right, so let's go over the answers. So, question 1. What does Shoku Rei mean? It is the power symbol. Question number 2. What does the clockwise version do? It amplifies energy. Question 3. What does the counterclockwise version do? It clears energy blockages. Question 4. Where can you use the symbol? You can use it on yourself, in the palms of your hands. You can use it on others. You can use it on chakras. You can even use it on rooms. Question 5. What kind of tool is Shoku Rei? And it's a symbol that focuses and directs energy. So whenever I got certified in Reiki, my instructor actually made us draw the symbol, each Reiki symbol 10 times before moving on to each module. So I definitely would recommend you doing that in your book, in your notes section. Practice drawing that symbol until you get comfortable with it. And then it'll be second nature for you to just draw it in your air, draw it in your hand. But yeah, definitely draw that at least 10 times and then just keep practicing. All right, guys. So I'll see you guys over in the last module, module number 10. All right, guys. So module 10, Attunement Ceremony. So this is what you guys have been waiting for, the finale. So let's talk about it. So the attunement is like your spiritual activation. It's your official initiation into Reiki. It's like a graduation ceremony, pretty much. So during this sacred process, your energy body is aligned to the Reiki frequency. So many students may feel warmth, tingles, emotions, or even deep stillness. There's no right or wrong experience. So after the attunement, Reiki will be a part of you for life. This is a divine partnership. So let yourself receive it with an open heart and sacred reverence. I definitely would have a sip of water before you receive your attunement. Also, if you feel called to, you can light a candle, you can light an incense. Um, just make sure you're not going to be bothered. Make sure that the children are put down to sleep, or you're alone and you're relaxed. Okay, that's a very important part of this process. So go ahead and press pause. Check out the book. Get all those details in before we go into our last and final pop quiz. I didn't say final quiz. I said final pop quiz. All right, guys. See you in a bit. All right, so question number 1. What is an attunement? Question 2. How does it affect your energy? Question 3. Is everyone's attunement experience the same? Question number 4. Can you do Reiki before the attunement? 5. What does the attunement open? So the answers are question 1. What is an attunement? It's a process that opens your energy channels to Reiki. Question 2. How does it affect your energy? It raises your frequency and aligns you with Reiki. Question 3. Is everyone's attunement experience the same? No. It's unique to each person. Question 4. Can you do Reiki before the attunement? So no, not formally. You need the attunement to channel Reiki fully, okay? So make sure you watch the attunement video. Question number 5. What does the attunement open? It opens your ability to channel and receive Reiki energy. All right, beloved souls. So I want to thank you for walking this sacred path. May you always remember that the love you share with others begins with the love you give yourself. That is not the end, but the beginning of your healing journey. Your hands are now tools of divine love. So go forth and shine and share that love with the world. But don't forget to share it with yourself first. If you're ready for your attunement and certification, go ahead and choose your energy exchange, and then you will receive your final quiz. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed doing this as much as I enjoyed making it. I made it with lots of love. I love you guys with my whole heart, and I pray that you go on to heal not only yourselves, but to heal the world. Love and light.